Chapter 98, Dragon Shape and Elephant Shadow. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. Jiang Yuochen sat in cross-legged in the internal space of the time and space spinal. He took out half a kilo of spiritual brawn from a jade vessel and started to take it. The spiritual brawn, which condensed the spiritual chi of savage beasts and the essence of spiritual blood, had countless benefits for warriors, such as to gain force, to strengthen flesh and blood, and to prolong life. Generally speaking, for a warrior who had just reached the mid-stage of the Black Realm, eating about 5 kilograms of spiritual brawn and practicing diligently would allow him to break through the advanced stage of the Black Realm in half a month. As the body of martial arts of Jiang Yuochen was much stronger than many other mid-stage warriors, if he wanted to break through to the advanced stage, he had to eat at least 20 kilograms of spiritual brawn. 24 kilograms of spiritual brawn is enough to help me practice the advanced stage of the Black Realm in a short time. All 24 kilograms of spiritual brawn were looted from the bodies of square commandery warriors who died in the first exam of their martial school. So much spiritual brawn was worth at least 200,000 silver coins, which was definitely a huge wealth. The spiritual brawn was very precious, so normal warriors did not dare to eat it. However, Jiang Yuochen did not care and quickly ate half a kilo of it. After consuming the spiritual brawn, Jiang Yuochen felt full of strength while both his blood flow and the circulating speed of his genuine chi had accelerated a lot. Jiang Yuochen stood up and began to practice the fourth palm of the dragon and elephant prajna palm. At the same time, he accelerated the absorption of the spiritual brawn into his body and turned it into his own power. The fourth palm of the dragon and elephant prajna palm was called Dragon Shape and Elephant Shadow. With one foot in front and slightly bending of his body, Jiang Yuochen's two hands were like dragon claws or elephant palms. Bang, bang. He struck out repeatedly and palm prints all around. He had at present only practiced 3 palms successfully: savage beast galloping, dragon in the sky, dragon and elephant returning to earth, which was only equivalent to the martial technique power of the human stage superior class. Of course, it definitely belonged to the top martial technique in the superior class of the human stage and could even contend with some martial techniques like the low-class spiritual. However, once he had practiced the fourth palm successfully, the dragon and elephant prajna palm could transform into a genuine low-class spiritual martial technique. At that time, the power of the dragon and elephant prajna palm would be comparable with some weaker martial techniques of the mid-class spiritual stage. Time flew by very fast. Jiang Yuochen had practiced in the time and space spinal for half a month. He spent most of his time every day practicing the dragon and elephant prajna palm. And after half a month of hard work, he could apply the fourth palm, Dragon Shape and Elephant Shadow, smoothly. One palm struck out and a stream of genuine chi surged forward. In his palms, you could hear dragons roaring and elephants howling. However, there was still a huge gap before he succeeded fully in the fourth palm, Dragon Shape and Elephant Shadow. If Jiang Yuochen succeeded, his body would turn into 2 shadows, exploding out with double the power when he wielded the palm. One shadow would be a dragon claw and another one would be an elephant palm. Although he hadn't practiced the fourth palm of the dragon and elephant prajna palm successfully, his power had enhanced a great deal. During this half a month, Jiang Yuochen took half a kilo of spiritual brawn per day, a total of 7.5 kilos, and his martial arts realm had raised rapidly. Half a month ago, Jiang Yuochen had just entered the mid-stage of the Black Realm, and his genuine chi only accounted for 20% of his whole chi lake. Until now, his clear jade genuine chi became more vigorous, accounting for 70% of his chi lake. Not far from the completion of the Black Realm mid-stage, he was able to easily defeat Nixuan with his current cultivation. Only 5 days had passed in the external world, of course, while half a month had passed in the time and space spinal. Walking out of the internal space of the time and space spinal, Jiang Yuochen went back to his room of yellow number 1 again. Meow. Sitting on a copper chair, Blackie, like a black fuzzy ball, was reading a yellow book with his 2 paws. On the book cover read 5 words: Ancient History of Kunlun's Field. Having seen Jiang Yuochen walk out of the time and space spinal, Blackie closed his book and stared at Zhang Yuochen with his two big bright eyes. "Young man, have you reached the advanced stage of the Black Realm?" "Not so fast, it still takes some time." Zhang Yuochen kept a close watch on Blackie and asked curiously, "Where did you steal this book?" "Steal?" Blackie said unhappily. "I went to the scripture tower in the School of Martial Market and took a book out with me. After I finish it, I will give it back." "I didn't steal anything." Zhang Yuochen didn't intend to quarrel with him. "How about the condition of my fourth brother's injury?" "That fat guy's cultivation is common, but his wounds recover very fast, and one arm can be lifted up. I think it will take at most another 10 days to heal," said Blackie. Zhang Yuochen asked, "Where is he now?" "He has gone," answered Blackie. Zhang Yuochen asked, "What? Why?" "After hearing that he was at Dragon Martial Temple, he ran away quickly," answered Blackie. For many male warriors who lived in Western Campus, Dragon Martial Temple was a forbidden area which had lots of scary legends. When Zhang Shaxiu heard that he was in here, his face turned green and he ran away as soon as possible. Zhang Yuochen dared to stay in Dragon Martial Temple, but Zhang Shaxiu didn't let him go then. Zhang Yuochen decided to seclude himself for refining and to break through to the advanced stage of the Black Realm as soon as possible. In the days after, he practiced in the internal space of the time and space spinal for another half month and took half a kilo of spiritual brawn per day as usual. He spent most of the time practicing the dragon and elephant prajnapam and less time on the sacred sword skill. Finally, after his genuine chi filled the chi lake, Zhang Yuochen could begin to break through to the advanced stage of the Black Realm. However, Zhang Yuochen was not in a rush. He decided to continue consuming spiritual brawn, and build up his strength so that he could break through to the realm in one go. Zhang Yuochen had practiced in the internal space of the time and space spinal for 1 month, which was equal to 10 days outside. The duel between Zhang Yuochen and Feng Xilen was 20 days away. "I can't break through the fourth palm of the dragon and elephant prajnapam yet because I still have some deficiencies, which would be found out by fighting with the master." Zhang Yuochen stopped secluding himself for refining and planned to fight with Blackie and to find out his own deficiencies. When Zhang Yuochen walked out of the time and space spinal, he heard the cold voice of Huang Yanshan from outside the door. "Fat cat, move away. If not, I shall kill you too." Standing outside the door, Blackie erected his tail high and said to her without any vigor, "Zhang Yuochen is secluding himself for refining. Even if you break in there, you still can't see him. Little girl, follow my advice, and go away quickly. If you infuriate me, then no one on earth can save you." "Is that so? Then I'll attack you and see." After Huang Yanshan's injuries healed, she intended to get even with Zhang Yuochen at once and went to Zhang Yuochen's room indignantly. But she never expected she would be headed off by a talking cat. She was in a rage, feeling both Zhang Yuochen and this stupid cat were assholes. She drew out a royal blue, archaic sword and stabbed at Blackie. Swish. In no time, Blackie magically changed into a black shadow shunning Huang Yanshan's sword and threw himself back at her. A surprised look emerged on Huang Yanshan's face. Since she didn't expect this fat cat to escape her sword and move at a speed which equaled a medium-class level 2 savage beast. But for her, the speed of Blackie was still too slow. She sneered and shot a palm, hitting Blackie more than 10 feet away. Blackie's body slammed into the wall and fell flat on the ground, which made him feel dizzy. "Bitch, you are too cruel." Climbing up from the ground, Blackie showed his sharp teeth with great wrath. Even if he couldn't defeat Huang Yanshan, he would teach her a lesson. This stupid fat cat was so mean to Huang Yanshan that she intended to cut its tongue as soon as she caught it. Zhang Yuochen pushed the door open and came out. He smiled at Huang Yanshan. "Senior sister, your injuries have recovered." Seeing Zhang Yuochen, Huang Yanshan's eyes became even colder. Huang Yanshan didn't want to say a single word to Zhang Yuochen and directly stabbed her sword at him. It happened that Huang Yanshan was a warrior of division profound. They could compete with the top masters of the Earth realm. Huang Yanshan's sword techniques could instantly kill average warriors of the completion of the Black Realm. Looking at the swiftly moving sword, Zhang Yuochen's face changed and he thought, Juanmook Singling was right. Huang Yanchen hates me so much that she won't listen to any words from me. Zhang Yuochen looked at Juanmook Singling, who was not far away, and she nodded to him, understanding his meaning. Swish. Transforming into a petite gorgeous shadow, Juanmook Singling dashed in front of Zhang Yuochen and stopped Huang Yanchen. With two jade white slender fingers, Juanmook Singling clamped Huang Yanchen's sword tip between them. Calm down, Sister Chen. Zhang Yuochen is the new first-ranked student. If you kill him, you will get a serious punishment from the school. Huang Yanchen shouted. Step aside, Singling. I have to kill this pervert today. Huang Yanchen's 5 fingers twisted and she turned the blade around. It emitted some sword breath that shook Juanmook Singling's fingers off. Immediately, Huang Yanchen struck again and created a white, 4-meter-long sword breath. Juanmook Singling had reached an agreement with Zhang Yuochen so that she would prevent Huang Yanchen from killing Zhang Yuochen. Thereupon, Juanmook Singling also drew out of a sword and stopped Huang Yanchen once again. Singling, why do you stop me from killing him? Suddenly, Huang Yanchen struck out with 9 sword techniques one after another in the air, stabbing towards 9 key parts of Zhang Yuochen's body. One special feature of Huang Yanchen's genuine chi was its wind nature. A 7-meter diameter storm vortex emerged with her strikes automatically, like a series of blades flying from a whirlpool. Phew. One of the blades flew by Zhang Yuochen's armpit and cut into a pillar. It left a 4-centimeter deep gash there. She probably triggered the Gale Sacred Mark, so her genuine chi would carry the wind nature. Standing on top of the stairs, Zhang Yuochen watched the sword techniques wielded by Huang Yanchen and Juanmook Singling carefully and pondered the flaws and weaknesses in them.